Audiobook. The Science of Mind for World Peace by Master Tirha, a call from the luminous emptiness. This is not an ordinary book. It is an invitation to turn inward and recognize what has always been here with us. The mind, or the essence of life itself, empty, clear, pure, and beyond boundaries of race or religion. This truth lives equally in everyone, yet most of us have never truly met it. Why? Because we are entangled in the voices of thought, the images of the mind, and the shifting tides of emotion, pleasure, pain, and even the subtle sense of feeling. We unconsciously believe these things to be ourselves, but this clinging is the root of endless suffering. Introduction. This book does not ask you to believe anything. It simply invites you to see that the voice speaking in your head, the thoughts racing by, the mental images appearing, none of them are truly you. And when that long-held sense of self fades away, what suffering could possibly remain? From the moment he opened his eyes to the world, John never truly knew who he was. He didn't understand why he had been born into this body. Slowly, through language, repetition, and the voices of others, he came to believe that he was someone named John, a human, a man, with parents, a home, and possessions. As these ideas repeated, they took root, and John began to cling to the belief that he was all of these things. He lived according to the world's expectations, pursuing education, wealth, success, and recognition, yet deep within, a quiet question lingered. What was it that he really wanted? Or even more hauntingly, who was he? And when this body dies, where would he go? John grew up believing he was the owner of everything around him, his house, his money, his parents, even his own body. He used his power and resources to protect what he believed was his. And yet, no matter how much he had, his heart was never truly at peace. Then one day, his body began to fail, and the reality of death came near. In that moment, he saw clearly, no matter how many degrees, how much success, or how vast the wealth, none of it could stop the decay of the body. And when his body finally crumbled, only one question remained. He had been lost in the inner voice, in thoughts that came and went, in emotions that rose and fell on their own. But John didn't know this. He believed all of it was himself. And so, he suffered. He cried. He lived in torment, completely unaware that everything he had clung to was never really him. Imagine an egg. Most people think the shell is who they are. Some go deeper and think the egg white is their self. But in truth, we are the yolk, the innermost essence, the original mind, the life element. The yolk gives rise to the white, just as the mind gives rise to thoughts, images, emotions, and awareness. When we see that none of these outer layers are us, that they simply arise and pass away, what remains is the original mind. Empty, luminous, and pure. We are all at the deepest level, one and the same consciousness. Take the act of seeing. What is seen is not us, and even the act of seeing is not us. Thoughts, feelings, and perceptions arise and pass by themselves. Nothing belongs to anyone. There is no true owner. When one sees this clearly, a great release happens, lightness, spaciousness, and tears, without knowing why. Because it becomes clear that what we once called me was never real to begin with. Mike had once been lost like John. He had believed the inner voice, the thoughts, the emotions were his self. But after encountering a profound teaching, he began to see clearly. The voice that speaks, the images that arise, the thoughts that drift through, none of it was him. When this understanding ripened within him, he was freed from the illusion of identity. He came to see that his wife, his child, his parents, were not his, but simply other expressions of the same mind. Not separate, but one and the same in the luminous field of consciousness. Mike's family, his wife and daughter, began to realize the same truth. They started to observe the voice within and see how it arises and dissolves on its own. One day, his young daughter softly said, "When I truly look within, it feels like I'm not really a person at all. It's as if I don't exist the way I thought I did. And yet it feels so light, so free, like I've let go of something heavy I never knew I was carrying." Even Mike's aging parents, upon hearing the teachings, found tears flowing down their cheeks. They realized they no longer needed to wander through lifetimes. They had found complete freedom from suffering. Thoughts, mental images, emotions, sensations of knowing none of these are the true self. Mike gently turned inward and asked, "Where is this self really?" And in the stillness, the mind answered, "There is no me at all." At that moment, the illusion collapsed. The shell of belief shattered, and what remained was the life element, empty, clear, and pure, merged with the whole universe, boundless and without division. Mike now lives with ease and gentleness, even in the midst of pressure, demands, and intense emotion at work. He smiles calmly through all situations, knowing that voices, thoughts, and feelings have no true self. And through his quiet presence, those around him begin to change, without even realizing it. He invites others to explore the nature of mind with sincerity and compassion. Even his boss, once aggressive and harsh, began to notice the peaceful presence Mike radiated. Eventually, the boss opened his heart and began studying the science of mind. One day, he quietly said, "I don't suffer anymore. I feel peace now." He had seen the truth. The body, like the eggshell, is not the self. The egg-white thoughts, images, feelings, sensations is not the self either. Only one thing remains: the yolk, the pure original mind, clear, radiant, and inseparable from the universe itself. Thank you for being with us.